What's up, fucking noobs? Fetus munchers. Got a game here. Got AWB. It's going to be playing human and spread over as a random. Let's see what's going to be taking place here. So it looks like spread over is going to be spawning as a blue undead. Quick dropping down that altar. It's going to be a quick harass tactic. Obviously you're going against humans. You don't want to be delaying that Death Knight. You want him out on the field as soon as possible, and it looks like the human player is opting to go that quick Archmage. Might be a different hero, but I'm pretty sure it might be an Archmage because you don't know that your enemy's UD, undead. So he's speeding up this quick altar. Perhaps do some quick creep in here. No scout as of yet for either player. And it looks like one extra acolyte for blue, perhaps for scouting. Wants to know if this is quick spawns or close spawns. Late barracks. So this fast building attempt is doing well, and of course you don't really need footmen right off the bat, especially for this creep camp, and you can definitely use militia only with your water elemental to creep this out. So not too far off from the norm for AWB. Quickly building these buildings. Acolyte does not go after this. Quickly goes across the map. Let's check if he's on the other side, because he probably would have noticed a militia scout off the bat, so he kind of thinks that, you know, if AWB knows what he's doing, he would have already checked to see if it was close spawns. Not sure where he's going off with these 7 militia. Might be going after this creep camp, which is a very decent creep camp. Gives you that Watcher Ward, gives you a lot of experience, definitely level 2, good item. So rather good at creep camp at this point to be creeping out. Bad location for that water elemental, not going to get much damage done. Should be doing more tanking than these militia. But nevertheless, good in creep camp to clear out. No Death Knight to steal experience. Militia, peasants opting to back off. Archmage definitely going to finish this creep camp. Watcher Ward. What other item did he get? Not a very good item. Definitely would have rather had like Rune Bracers or something. Even a Circle of Nobility would have been better. But Death Knight's here, gonna try to take down some peasants. Is there a tower up yet? Nope, tower is not up, just a scout tower. So could possibly do a lot of damage here. Taking down one peasant. Gonna throw his skeletons off at this peasant. Gonna take him down. Good harass attempt. And still no tower. I don't know what that's about. You know your ally or your enemy has skeletal minions and he's trying to harass. You have a lot of low hit point peasants. Finally upgrading this tower.
A player's forces are under attack.
Death Knight with a little bit of experience, almost halfway on the board. Archmage about 1 level ahead, which is nothing out of the norm there. Death Knight is going to try to stick around and do some coils. One ghoul, I don't know what that's about. Bringing 1 ghoul, 2 ghouls, and a handful of other ghouls. Okay, so it's going to be ghouls. I don't know why that Death Knight wants to take so much damage, though. He's not getting much done. Just taking more damage. Another coil going down on that Archmage. And might be able to finish him off if he's lucky. One more coil. One more hit with that Death Knight. Oh, nice. Took down that Archmage. What was that Archmage thinking, sticking in that battle, getting coiled like that? Now that there's a handful of ghouls, gonna clear up this giant seed turtle, get an item, get some experience, level 2 on that Death Knight. Slippers of Agility, not a good item, perhaps just be sold or kept for a little bit of armor bonus. Arcane Vault, one more tower, more footmen, and that Archmage is about halfway out, but not before this Death Knight just takes over and takes all the creep camps. Let's see what item we have here. Claws +6, good item, perhaps transferred to that Lich when tier 2 comes out, which should be any second now. He has enough gold for that Lich, and a lot of undead like to go that tier 2, get a quick Lich, get a quick melon head there, slaughterhouse, and then do a push, either with wagons or at least with statues. And it would be a good idea to do so, because that human does not have an expansion, clearly, and you have, you know, you're in the driver's seat right now. Not sure what this is doing over here. A lot of ghouls. Unholy Ore does go a long way. Is he training up that Lich? He is not. Doesn't have the lumber either. Should perhaps get a couple more ghouls on the wood. Strong creep camp going to be taken down. Gargantuan sea turtle. Let's see its stats, about 40 to 45 chaos damage, and it generally goes after the lowest hit point unit that's here. So you just take down. If you brought that ghoul right back into play, it would be focused. Gargantuan sea turtle gonna give a lot of experience and a good item. Tome of Strength, Scroll of the Beast. Human gonna try to get an expansion here. He's got to do something at this point. Definitely has to do something. He is in the, rather far behind, and perhaps might equal up the playing field with that expansion. A few guard towers to protect his home base. Looks like militia being called. Alright, so human is working its way to keep, almost there. Death Knight, level 3, level 2 coil, very powerful. But definitely does not want to be taking damage right now. Is that Archmage level 3? Archmage is level 3, so it's equal-ish playing field. Once this expansion goes up, there will be an economic advantage. But will it be enough with the tech advantage that's about to be occurring right now? This Black Citadel will be completed about when Keep is completed. Actually, Keep is now completed. No second hero as of yet. Definitely focusing on this expansion. Needs to keep this expansion up. Just now found. Peasant going down. And with those level 2 coils, definitely going to be able to take down some peasants. Another peasant being taken down. Definitely needs to back off. Those fireballs do a lot of damage. Very late slaughterhouse for the undead player. Not sure what this acolyte's doing here. Creating a boneyard. So it looks like we're going to have a slaughterhouse and a boneyard. Quicken to destroyers. Lich should be picking up that Orb of Corruption, and he does. Gets that Rod of Necromancy. Archmage is still solo. Still not a second hero coming out. Has the resources as of right now. Should be training up a second hero, and Archmage does not defeat undead alone. Water elementals only go so far. Should be picking up a Mountain King, you would think. Or at least any hero, really. It's better than not a hero. Undead still in the driver's seat. Teal working on his economic advantage. Not quite there yet. Needs a second hero. Even if this Archmage gets level 4 with that level 2 mana, it's not going to be enough. Not against this Death Knight undead army. Lich with Orb of Corruption does, you know, a lot of damage. Still going after that Death Knight, trying to keep him as low as possible, but that Death Knight does have a couple healing potions, so he's not really in harm's way. If he gets another fireball off, could spell trouble. But that Archmage is digging way too deep in this scenario. Oh, barely survives. I believe that was a Nova Coil, and it did not finish off that Archmage. So spread over, still doing a great job with this micro game. It looks like a Dark Ranger second, so you cannot nuke down a Dark Ranger as undead. You can throw a Nova at it, but not sure if that's going to be enough. And with this keep, we are going to look at Dragonhawks. Dragonhawks versus undead. Must be expecting some sort of air. When he did go into his base right there, he did see Boneyard, so I believe that's what the transition would be. Definitely need some Hawks to make sure those Frostworms don't get too far, and without Fiends, you're gonna do a great job with them Hawks. Shade, being able to keep track of that Archmage and the human army.
Players' forces are under attack.
Destroyer now out in the air. Destroyers versus Dragonhawks. Rather interesting every time you see that. Human is here now. Quick coil Nova, or at least a Nova. Dragonhawk finding a keep wanting to say Boneyard, a Frostworm in transition.
Players' forces are
Shouldn't take down that Frostworm, but definitely kept him at bay for so long. Blitz level 2. Coil saving that Frostworm. Frostworm might go down. Frostworm goes down. A useless coil. Could get another Frost Nova. Nope, not enough mana. Destroyer being left behind.
Players' forces are under
Couple
attack.
destroyers being left behind. Kills that Melonhead over here. There's not really much to counteract those Hawks right now. Destroyers versus Hawks, that could be micro intensive, but Hawks are a lot cheaper to create. And a good source of DPS. I believe that is piercing damage, and piercing does extra damage to destroyers. Rather difficult to say who's winning this right now. Human still has that economic advantage, still pushing forward with Dragonhawks. Castle very late, so we're going to have very late Griffins or Knights or whatever he techs into.
Players' forces are under attack.
Definitely need to take down this town hall before it becomes that much more powerful with the economic advantage. Or perhaps needs to pick up an expansion for himself. Undead units are rather expensive. Destroyers and Frostworms very expensive. Destroyer going down, and Fiends now out in play. Doesn't look like the web has been researched. Focusing down that Fiend. Might get him. Yep, it looks like he's going to get him. Coil saving him.
Players' forces are under attack.
Web finally going down. Going after this Fiend now. He definitely knows that, the human knows that that Fiend is pretty much the only thing stopping him right now. These few Fiends. Death Knight level 5. Destroyer going down. Should destroy this magic right here.
Players' forces are under
So
attack.
good engagement here. Rather back and forth. Human picking up his next expansion. And undead here to cancel this one. So, castle about to be finished. Dragonhawk riders. Taking down peasants, acolytes, and of course that's a great thing to have happen right now. If you take down its acolytes, he's going to be forced to create more. He does not have an expansion, so any type of harassment attempt to his resources is very crucial at this point. Forced to teleportation, should teleport out, and does so. Destroyer looks like it will survive. Not much to commentate at this point. I assume you're quite conscious of what's going on. Second expansion is now up for teal. Perhaps could start repairing and fixing this one back up, making this that much better. I'm not sure if this has been scouted yet. If not, all he has to do is walk to about here and he's going to spot it. Lich now spotting it. Oh, Shade already spotted it, sorry. Now that the Dragonhawks are out, focusing that Archmage. Archmage should go down with a little bit of focus. Barely survives, but is there another coil? No, there is not, but Unholy Aura will catch up to it. Is there going to be a potion? One hit. Oh, that Death Knight taking down that Archmage. Gets level 6 on that Death Knight. Being able to focus down these Dragonhawk Riders and these Griffins now, Fiend might go down. Coil saving him. Militia being confronted here. Is this Militia Dark Ranger army going to be able to fend off this Death Knight Lich combo? A lot of peasants are going to be focused here. Lich rather low. Great job by this undead being able to coerce this human into engagements that are better for him. Lich might go down here. Lich in rather bad situation. Dark Ranger, level 3. Lich goes down at level 4. Takes down another Fiend. This Dark Ranger becoming a very big nuisance for this undead army. Was that the right pick with this Dark Ranger? I think so. Not being able to afford much. Only has 2 bases, but definitely starting off on this third one once again. And with this third base, that economic advantage is really going to start to add up. Only 32 food for the human versus 32 food for the undead. So it's rather even, but it's 3 bases to 1. This undead either needs to find a way to destroy both of these expansions or start up at least one for his own. Quick couple ivory towers.
The town is under siege.
Quick going into guard towers. Should take down this Dragonhawk right away. One Nova or something, or Web. Need to focus down that Dragonhawk. That's free experience. Dark Ranger focusing down that Fiend. Could go down. He does not burrow in time. It will go down. And quick coil saving it. Dark Ranger needs to back off. Staff of Preservation. Could take down this Griffin, and it looks to be like undead now back into the driver's seat. Three bases should be enough. Knights being trained up.
A player's forces are under attack.
Griffins and Knights. very powerful against undead. But is it powerful enough to take down the destroyers? No, I don't think so. Gonna need something more powerful in anti-air. Teal, does he have enough to focus down anything? Knight, Griffin, dual heroes. Gonna focus down those fiends. Of course, those are the primary targets. One fiend does go down. I believe there was a nice staff preservation saving his knight. Needs to back off. Focused on that Dark Ranger, but that Dark Ranger does have a potion of healing. Now focusing that Archmage, getting coiled. Town Portal to make sure his longevity is secured, but for how long? All the way back here. Needs some sort of healing. This Death Knight is just going to take down all of these peasants and become relentless. Level 5 Lich. That is perhaps a level 3 Frost Nova. Nobody wants to get hit with a level 3 Frost Nova. Couple knights, a griffin. Gonna focus more on knights, it looks like, which is a very smart idea. Quickly taking down the destroyer. This is teaming up or showing off to be a really intense game. Just put into destroyer mode just to be taken down and giving that much more experience to the human army. Destroyer form should go back and destroy magic and gets healed up. Nice staff of preservation, continually saving his knights. Oh, that Archmage is being focused. That Archmage needs to back off. Staffed away. Dark Ranger in really bad harm way. Nova can easily kill this unit right here.
A player's forces are under attack.
Nice silence going down, preventing it, but how long is that going to last? And it does go down. Level 4 Dark Ranger goes down. More Griffins being trained up. Archmage about to be cut loose from his staff. Quickly staffed somewhere else. Quickly staffed down here to take down the ghouls. Now, is this a good idea? An Archmage versus a... Oh, that is not good. Archmage might go down. This might be it for the human. Archmage, one more coil should finish him. And it does go down. Human with no heroes at this point. The nukage of the undead just too powerful. Lich needs to back off. Putting a potion of healing over there for the Lich, but the Lich goes down. Should have just passed it over. Bad misplay on the undead part. Griffin's able to keep the Death Knight at bay, and the Knight just keeping tabs on that Death Knight. Undead, out of gold. 26 supply. What can he do in this situation? He needs to pick up an expansion, but does not have the gold to do so. A Death Knight with 6 acolytes and a statue, not going to be able to do much against 3 bases. Could go over here, pick up his Archmage. Looks like that's what he's doing. Picks up his Archmage at level 5. Trying to take down this camp right here in order to pick up enough gold. Might have to sell an item or something. That Rod of Necromancy, not going to be enough to sell. Okay, so he does have enough gold for an expansion now. Needs to get a mine going or something, or else he's just going to be out of the game. Shade, still seeing that there's 2 bases expansions. Not to mention he's still mining from his main That's 3 versus 0 right now. Finally working on his first one. Looking like this human army is just way too powerful at this point. The constant issues with lag, ton of experience being left behind. Looking like another expansion is coming in. Blue's being very bad-mannered. He's saying that Teal is a very bad player for having 3 expansions at this point. Very bad-mannered. Gonna lose his Death Knight if he sticks in there too long. Not sure why Blue is still not having an expansion. Doesn't he want gold? You don't win without gold. Griffin's Knights, very strong combo. Looking like they're definitely going to take this game. This human player will take this game. I can't see any way this undead army is going to be able to come back here. I wonder what. So he opted to train as Lich instead of going for that expansion. Finally getting a gold mine. But a little too late. Lich being focused hard. Is he going to be able to sneak through? He is. But it looks like he will go down if that Death Knight does not coil in time. Does coil in time. But this base might be found now, and it doesn't even matter. It's just a little too late. Could focus down that Death Knight.
A player's forces are under attack.
And the GG, or should I say BG. He says bad game at the end. And that human does take this game, so a long game. It looked like micro-intensive. Maybe lag has a lot to do with this game. Not quite sure what happened. AWB takes spread over in a best-of-1 show match type scenario. A lot more units produced, a lot more units killed by the undead, but does it really matter when you're 1 base against 3? Who usually wins that scenario? I think the 3 bases does. Tons more buildings produced, units produced by the human player. I wouldn't say as much outplayed as in out-resourced, but fun game nonetheless. Hope you guys enjoyed, and stay tuned always for more content.